Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Adventure. In the last episode we pretty much wrapped up and finished up Big's story, thank God, because 2 episodes was already bad enough as it is, 1 episode was bad enough as it is, so I'm really glad to be done with that pathetic excuse for a campaign. But now we get to move on to more funner stuff with E102 Gamma, my favourite campaign and character in the entire game. This is going to be fun. It's time to blow stuff up.
Preparation complete. Excellent! All systems, full power! Look at me! I'm your brilliant creator, Dr. Robotnik. You're the second of my E100 model machines! E102, codename Gamma! Gamma. That's right! You will now obey only me.
Okay, and here we are playing as Gamma for the very first time. Before we go into the first level and explain the gimmick, I may as well explain the controls very briefly. So the controls are all pretty much the same as every character, except obviously the attack. In Gamma's case, it's obviously he's more of a shooter. Like you can see his arms. He's got a gun. He's got a cannon. So basically, if you hold down the X button, you'll see he has a little targeting sensor, a little targeting laser. So the idea is, as you hold down the X button and go around, you'll target stuff, you'll target enemies, and then when you release the X button, you will actually fire at everything you've locked onto. But it doesn't last forever. So you'll want to when targeting, you'll want to release before the laser disappears. Otherwise, you'll have to target and lock on again. But yeah, that's how that works. Just hold down X to lock on targets, and then release the X button to fire. The idea is you want to lock onto as many targets as possible because of how Gamma's gimmick works, which I will explain as we go into Final Egg. You know what? It feels really weird going into Final Egg as the first level, but oh well.
The shooting range is through this door. Your big brother, E101 Beta, is there practicing. Enter, Gamma! You're not as advanced as Beta is, but you'll do fine.
Final Egg, Stage 1. Okay.
Destroy the Sonic target. Destroy the targets, and you'll get extra time.
Okay, so the gimmick for Gamma's levels is, notice the timer at top. Usually the timer is counting up, yet this timer is counting down, and you can actually run out of time. If that happens, you will lose a life and you'll have to begin again depending on where your last checkpoint was. And that can be kind of frustrating, especially towards the later levels. I used to hate Gamma stages because of that, because I've never liked timers, but it's alright, I suppose. I've gotten better over time, but I used to fail the later levels. So basically, so the time is going down, and you can actually get time back by targeting things. So the more things you target at once, the more time you will get back. So that's why it's a general good idea to target as many things as possible. The more things you target at once, the more time you'll get back. And that's also the true for enemies as well. So again, just get into the habit of targeting as many different things as possible. Because it will ultimately save your run. So let's just destroy the Sonic targets.
Mission
Pretty easy, as first levels go. 36 emblems. Okay, yeah, pretty simple. You can't, again, you can run out of time, so you want to be very, very careful. Yeah, that's happened to me quite a few times, especially towards the last 2 levels of the game. Yeah, just keep an eye on the timer, target as many things as possible before the laser runs out, and you should be okay in theory. Yeah, might take you a couple of attempts in your first time, but it can be particularly annoying during the trials. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now let's go to Dr. Robotnik.
Good job, Gamma. I didn't think you had what it takes. Okay then, Gamma. Here's your test. If you want to stay on board, you must be able to pass it. So pay attention to what I say. The almighty egg carrier is a flying fortress that needs a good crew. Come forth, Beta! I'd like you to meet your older brother, E101. Just call him Beta. I am pitting the 2 of you against each other, and the winner serves on my ship. I put my bets on Beta, but I owe you at least a fair chance.
Okay, these are the easiest fights in the game, even easier than Chaos 6. Because see, I can damage him without any rings, so basically you can target both the enemy and their projectiles. Like that, we've already won. There'll be a lot of bosses like that later, so especially in this story. But that's basically it. You can target both the enemy and their projectiles. Pretty easy.
Oh, you surprised me, Gamma. I had a funny feeling there was more to you than meets the eye. I hereby grant Gamma permission to serve on board the egg carrier. What? So you want to come along with us, eh? Okay. We could always use a spare set of parts, I guess. You have special permission. Testing 1, 2, 3. You, the elite egg carrier crew, are here today to hear a very special announcement. Behold, it's a tailed frog. Very unique. This frog is absolutely vital to my plans. I command you to locate this frog immediately! You hear me? I don't care what it takes to get it. Just bring it to me! We haven't got time to waste, so come to attention!
Okay, and here we are in Station Square as Gamma. Also, I did forget, something else I did forget to mention very briefly is, so basically, Gamma is a lot slower than other characters, obviously being, you know, being a massive, piece of metal, you know, like being a massive, you know, being a heavy robot, being made of, I don't know what kind of metal or alloy, but, you know, you'd imagine he's pretty heavy. So yeah, considering you are made of metal, you are a lot slower, but, what makes up for it is, he's got two modes. So basically he's got regular walking mode, and then after a while of running around in that, he'll eventually go down into his, give it a second. He'll go into this mode, his like wheeling kind of mode, which makes him a little faster than walking normally. So kind of use that to your advantage. It does take a while for it to actually trigger, unfortunately, but it definitely makes you a little faster. Yeah, it definitely makes you a little faster, I think. Not too fast, but it's definitely a good idea to like take advantage when you can, as Gamma is very slow in general, and don't even get me started on how slow he is at climbing ladders. In any situation, I recommend you not climb the ladder just because it just takes a ridiculous amount of time. Later on we do get a power up which helps us so we don't have to climb ladders. We get the jet booster later on, which just help out significantly. But yeah, that's something else I forgot to mention. Right, so here we are in Station Square, and obviously you kind of get to have some fun here by scaring the crap out of people. Wow, it's a robot. What? A frog? Well, come to think of it, I think I saw one back at the hotel. Okay, so basically, in the story, Froggy's just basically, Froggy's just on his way to Emerald Coast right now, pretty much, which means we're going to see Big again. I really thought we were done with all that, but it just goes to show that, you know, we are still going to see a little bit of him here and there. And the fact that, I mean, the thing is, at least the frog is better. Like, I mean, yes, it still feels a little shoehorned in, but it's done a little better in this story, I think, than where it is in Big's. Because again, Chaos is possessing it, so it makes a little more sense, but yeah. At least I think we can scare the crap out of people, I think. What is this? Dr. Robotnik's robots? Police? Help? Let's see, oh, I really love how we can scare the crap out of people. We'll find new drop one. The government send agents to suppress us. Well, don't bother. We won't give up. We won't give in to threats of violence. You who else? We're protesting to get better working conditions. It's probably gonna be oh god, I just find that hilarious, the fact that you can just go around scaring the absolute crap out of people. That's hilarious. Please don't kill me. What, the frog? I saw him going into the hotel, yeah. Oh god. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I think, you know, after how monotonous and boring the last story is, I think I really needed that laugh. Hello, you're looking for Mr. Frog. I'm afraid I don't see anyone under that name staying at the hotel. Okay, right. My company is on strike, so I can't work. Hee. What? What? A bummer? No, what? What a bummer? Not. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's talk to everyone, just because I got a real kick out of scaring. Okay, Froggy. I saw him hopping towards the beach. Big Cat was looking for him too. Okay. What? Frog again. You're the second person asking about the frog. Okay. Hello, Mr. Know-It-All. I'm Mr. Know-It-All. Let me clue you in. You shouldn't just go button mashing. Why? That works out just perfectly fine. Pressing the action button as fast as you can, holding it down to aim, then okay, yeah, I mean, if you aim at several targets at once, you'll earn extra time too. Did you know that? Yeah, I kind of did. Honestly, I've beat this game more times than I can count, so I pretty much know everything at this point. So anyway, let's destroy all this, and we can go into Emerald Coast for the second stage of the game. I don't know if those targets there count to it, like when you go into the level or not. I generally don't know. But either way, let's go into Emerald Coast. Time to blow stuff up. Okay. Okay, so again, it's best to aim stuff because your timer is still going down. Now, unfortunately, you do target everything, and you only get time back from destroying enemies. It doesn't count for ring capsules and other objects, so yeah. So just target enemies to get as much time back as you can. I think this level can be a little annoying during the extras, during the trials, so we'll have to see how that goes. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. But again, just target as many enemies as you can. But yeah, it only counts, you only get time from destroying enemies. It does not count for objects or capsules. So, but I'm not too worried, at least not for the moment. For now, we just need to complete the objective. Again, I'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I mean, it's coming up soon, since this is the last story of the game, but I've got a bit more time before I can start worrying about that. And oh yeah, just like in Sonic's story, if you go back here, you can get a life. Or a 1-up. I've already got a life, so I don't, you know, I've got a life, so I don't need one. I can do an extra 1-up though. And either way, here we are. This is, I think, one of the only levels that doesn't require blowing stuff up to complete.
Frog capture complete. Must determine location. Accessing data.
No data found. Location unknown. This presents a problem.
Okay, so obviously there's going to be no data available because we are in the past, and based on what we've seen, it does seem to be rather primitive times, like there's no technology of any kind, so naturally there'd be no data because this is, you know, the primitive age. Not quite the Stone Age or anything, I don't think, but definitely before the technological age, I definitely say. My timer's about to go off. So I think, hang on, let me just stop my timer, and I'll go and do this cutscene, and then depending on what happens, we might, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But this is the past scene.
No! Don't go any closer! I'm sorry. I see you must not be one of them, huh? Did you notice the presence guarding these children? He's a very loving and gentle creature. These little creatures are too vulnerable without its protection. This protection allows them to continue singing in peace. Even I was surprised the first time I saw him. Now my father is trying to take their sacred home. It seems his heart is closed off to us all. My true hope is that someday we'll understand each other.
This frog's the one we want. No, here's the real one. My frog is the right one.
Ah, dummies, 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 dummies! None of you got the right one. We must find the frog with Chaos's tail. That same frog has also swallowed a Chaos Emerald. Huh? Ah, there it is, right there. I'm proud of you, Gamma. I knew you'd be of use to me. All you worthless hunks of junk, be gone! You will get a new assignment. This one's easy. Go to the room through that last door. Once there, you'll find a girl and a bird. Just get me that bird. Now, go!
Is this the one? Beta? This is the wrong room.
And I think that's a good place to end this episode for now. Okay, regarding those last couple of cutscenes with like the past cutscene, based on what I can tell, there's not really too much I can analyze with that. It just seems to be that the child was singing, and you know, there's nothing really too like. Sometimes those scenes have a significance, but I can't see anything too significant about that particular cutscene. So there's nothing really for me to analyze this time around. As for that other cutscene with the frogs, I like how creative it is. Like, yes, there's the frog that we're after, then you know there's Big's frog, and I like the design of the other frogs. Despite it's the only time we see them, you know, it's very colourful. And as for that cutscene with Beta, I mean, the thing is, we it's pretty obvious that Gamma's not like most robots. Like, as we'll see in the cutscene in the next episode that we'll take on, we'll learn that Gamma has basically Gamma kind of like you know, most of Eggman's robots are usually cold and usually cold and usually cold, but we find that Gamma is a bit more adaptable. Like he's like he's, you know, open. Like, yes, he's a robot, but he's also got feelings. He's got a heart. Well, not literally, but you know, he's got a heart in the metaphorical sense, where he has a caring side, and you know, he has general feelings, almost like an actual person. Because in that cutscene, you can clearly see he was, you could clearly tell, like, obviously, you know, his face doesn't move like a person's face, but, you know, the silence at the end of that cutscene clearly tells that he was disturbed by what he saw, like, you know, his brother being torn apart. You know, clearly that had to be disturbing to him. But either way, that is where I'm going to leave this episode for now. So, as always, thank you guys for watching, thank you for tuning in. If you are new to me and my channel and how I operate, I record every single day from Monday to Saturday, around about 6 PM-ish, apart from on Tuesdays. You know, I mean, maybe I'll have something on, you know, maybe I should start making something on screen to show you my rough schedule or whatever, perhaps, I don't know, we'll see. But my rough schedule is I record something and then I'll immediately go into editing and try and get it out at 2 PM the following day. So that means you can expect a new video from me every single day at 2 PM GMT, or British Summer Time as it is right now, at 2 PM every single day from Monday to Saturday, with Sunday being my only day off, randomly jumping back and forth between a few games at a time. So right now we're going through Sonic Adventure, Mad Father, and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Currently, all three Let's Plays are nearing their end, and Harry Potter's only got one episode left, so as soon as something finishes, I'll immediately have something to replace it. So once this finishes, I'll move on to the more. Once Mad Father finishes, I'll move on to Undertale, and once Harry Potter finishes, I'll move on to Prisoner of Azkaban. But before moving on to something else, I will have extras, which does typically take a little bit longer than most episodes, just because, you know, they're extras and there's usually a little bit more time and effort and assets going into them than typical episodes. There's a lot more thought going into them than, you know, there's a lot more planning. So just keep in mind that the extras, when the extras are in production, they might take a little bit longer than most episodes, but I am, you know, I'm taking the time. I'm not rushing them. I'm taking my time to make them the best they can be. So just be patient with the extras and just know that I will get them out once they are ready. So, you know, don't rush me. I'll take my time and you'll get them when they are ready. But with all that said, That's going to be it for this episode. So as always, thank you guys for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Until then, have a good day, you guys.